Both of them. Fuck it. But, yeah, man, welcome to this episode of Talk Smack with Mac. We're going to be talking some NBA Finals, but before we get to that, man, you're a Heat fan, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Willie, man. We're coming here, and the Heat were my team coming out the East preseason. I thought they were coming out. Travis knows. All the homies know. All the Talk Smackers know. Fucking one shot away from making it. Hell of a season for the Heat, but if you ask a Heat fan, I'm sure you would say that it's a wasted season, like Kyle Lowry said.
I mean, not necessarily. I wouldn't say it's wasted because it shows you what you need. You know, like we were one play away, but the whole series it should have never lasted that long. So when you have a guy that's going for 47, and you're still struggling to win, that's not. Something's wrong with that.
Somebody needs to pick it up.
Somebody else got to step up. So I think this offseason they'll address it and they'll find what we've been missing, which is a scoring guard.
Yeah, Travis brought it up, man.
I think you guys need to get a shot blocking center to put some of that weight off of Bam. And Bam needs to develop more moves in the offseason.
He has
to. He's forced to come off that short roll. He's not Anthony.
He's not a healthy Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't complete those short floaters as often as he should. And I love Bam, and he has playmaking. So I think if you push him back to the 4, get a shot blocking 5. He doesn't have to be. It could be like a JaVale McGee. It doesn't have to be an insane person.
So
I think that could pick up.
With that being said, how would you feel if Joel Embiid found his way to the Miami Heat?
They'd be the team to beat in the East by far. I wouldn't be mad at it. I'm not a huge Joel Embiid fan. I know he's a good player, but he frustrates me sometimes because he be playing like a fucking... I don't like the flopping shit, you know?
Yeah.
But Jimmy Butler, I think you go to a team with Jimmy Butler on it, you don't play like that. He brings a different culture in. The Heat have a different culture. So if he plays like the person he is and he plays that big boy basketball, they'll probably win the championship. Easy.
I think if he goes to the Heat, he will actually have a different body too, because the way that their conditioning is, the way that they train their players and all that, I think he would be built up way different.
No, yeah, I feel you. He's fat. Yeah, I like Joel Embiid, but I don't. It's a very love-hate relationship.
I mean, the perfect example is Dion Waiters. Like, Dion Waiters came to the Heat, and he was, like, chubby, somewhat out of shape.
Shit, he was fat on the Cavaliers.
He was in shape for other teams, but when he came to the Heat, he slimmed down. He had abs and everything.
It's because you have to on the Heat. Pat Riley doesn't play that shit.
It works different, yeah. Like,
he don't play that shit.
Be
he said their center's got to be 8% body fat. That's insane. So Dion had to get his fat ass in the gym and really start running. Yeah, man, but it's going to be interesting to see what the Heat do. I feel like they're stuck at a crossroads. Kyle Lowry underperformed. He was injured for most of the season. Then he had personal issues. We don't know what that is. Bam fucked up this series, man. That was the guy that was supposed to fucking step up and take them to the finals, and he didn't do that all but one game when Robert Williams didn't play. So that just goes to show his glaring weakness with post moves. You know, you can't just catch lobs and catch rebounds and finish at the rim. You got to have some fucking post moves. You have to. Yeah. Or stretch that shit to the three-point line, and he's not doing either of those. So he has to take that
mid-range.
Like that Kevin Garnett, bring it out a little bit. Just to pull that center, if he's playing center, or the 4 or the 5, whatever it is, pull them out the paint a little bit. Give Jimmy Butler a little bit more room to operate. But it's going to be remain to be seen if they do take a swing at Joel Embiid, which he's posting shit on Twitter.
He did today.
What
he said that Miami Heat need a superstar.
See what I'm saying? Like, hey, if they trade Bam,
by name. They're not trading Bam. They're not trading Bam.
If I'm the Sixers, you have to give me Bam.
He's the only, because they're not giving up Jimmy Butler. It's the only person on that team that's worth anything.
And the Heat could give up everybody.
But they could give up Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson and somebody else.
Nobody wants Duncan Robinson.
Don't nobody want Duncan Robinson. He just signed a $100 million deal and he sat on the bench. He's untradeable.
For parts of the playoffs, he sat on the bench. Because his weakness is defense.
And so if his 3 isn't shooting, why are you in the game?
Yeah.
Oh man, that sucks.
But he was scoring. He was scoring. The thing is that he was too much of a defensive liability that they couldn't. And at his position, a lot of the best players for the other team,
guards and wings.
Yeah,
man.
like
you got to be able to guard.
You got to guard. So he's got to improve on that end. So
can he enough to justify having him in the court?
I think he can. We did it with Struz.
Situational basketball.
Yeah, we did it with Struz.
That boy was fucking hustling his ass off.
Yeah, he was playing good defense. He was scoring, just doing everything. And the crazy part is that dude just came off a freaking G League and Summer League and all that. We watched them. Me and Quick went and watched them here.
Nice.
When they were here for Summer League, and Struz was going crazy, having 30-point games, like, back to back
Shout
to back.
out to the G Leaguers, man. There's been some cats coming out the G League last couple years, and they're hooping.
That also means that the coaches in the G League are developing these guys to become what they need to be.
They're
for
actually
the league.
getting the court time and competition and playing, and they're like, fuck, man, this is my last shot, so I better make it work.
And they're playing with real talent, too.
Yeah.
So it's like other guys that, like, are good enough, but they're just, like, they're missing something.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right, man. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this motherfucking pod. Everybody wants to talk about the NBA Finals. I know both of y'all do. I do. Who would have thought the fucking Celtics would have been here? I sure as hell didn't. What y'all think about them?
strong young team, well coached. I mean, they're scrappy. They're gonna fight. So the Golden State Warriors ain't gonna have it easy. That's for sure.
I don't know, man. They went on that. On the back end of the season, I wasn't sure what that was when they just started beating the shit out of everybody, and they started coming together. I like Jason Tatum. I fuck with Jaylen Brown. I like Marcus Smart. So
that's going to be the key of the series right there.
They're a great team. You put those three, because those three are going to be guarding the Warriors three. At the end of the day, though, personally, I won't even get into that. I'll keep talking about the shitty-ass Celtics because I'm a Lakers fan. We can't like them.
I know we're not supposed to, but it's kind of hard not to.
It's cool,
like
man.
you guys said, a young,
cool
gritty team.
They're young. They've been competing for the last however many seasons with about that same fucking team.
This is Jason Tatum's third conference finals, or now he went to 3 Eastern Conference Finals in his first 5 or 4 seasons.
So it's cool
That's
to see him
pretty
make it.
incredible.
Because every single season it was like, they're too young, they need to learn. They're too young, they need to learn. So it's like, damn.
And then they brought Al Horford back. Now are they too young?
Al Horford was playing.
He's the glue.
He was playing.
Yeah,
big
he's
boy,
been the
he
vet
plays
presence.
that big boy basketball.
Yeah.
It's almost like he saves it, but once he really starts posting people up and putting his body in down there, that motherfucker give you 30. He's down there looking like, man.
But there's no egos on the team. You know, there's the ruffles in the beginning of the season. Oh, can Tatum and Brown play together? And they just proved to the world that they can.
Yeah.
So it's like all the commotion on the outside noise, shut the fuck up, because we got this on the inside. You know, like you said, as a Laker fan, fuck the Celtics, but it's like, come on, how do you not like Smart?
But that's what I'm
Marcus
saying.
Smart is like,
he's the key.
You can put him on any team in the league,
Yeah.
and he'll do the exact same thing that he's doing now.
I think he's a Heat player. He's a Heat style of player. Like, he's gonna be scrappy. He's gonna defend. He's gonna give you some points. He's gonna do everything you ask him to do. He's gonna be the first person on the ground when the Bulls lose.
Yes.
Like, all of that. And that's why I think Marcus Smart is gonna be the key of that series.
He is. He's going to set the tone going up against Steph.
Curry.
You know, like if any team is going to match up against the Warriors, it's this Celtics team, because you have a defense of 2 guys on the all-first team. Marcus Smart, Defensive Player of the Year, and Robert Williams. Al Horford has been playing immaculate defense all postseason. And then on the outside, you got Tatum and Brown, who they're not slouches, and I think they both have a third team all defense on their resume as well.
So do you think that Al Horford, Robert Williams, that big man shit is gonna help them or hurt them against this Warriors team who doesn't play?
I feel like they gotta play small.
Big.
Well,
they
I
gotta
mean,
play small.
the Warriors
Kevin
been
Looney
playing
plays.
he
doesn't even play the whole game, so you got to think when you're running with Andrew Wiggins,
situational minutes and
you're running
lineups.
Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond, and whoever the fuck else you want to put in at that 5. Like, you know, is Andrew Wiggins gonna get that first step on Robert Williams? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. And
Well, if the Warriors run small like that, Robert Williams and Al Horford are probably
they're not gonna be
on
on
the
the
bench.
But then you still have, you get on the offense, and it could be beneficial for him. But at the same time, you're not relying on them for offense.
They're too slow, man, to keep up with that Warriors lineup you just said.
Out of the way that the Golden State Warriors swing that ball when they're on offense, I don't really think it matters who you have playing defense, because you're going to catch an open man. You have Andrew Wiggins playing how he's supposed to play, like actually being good, and that, like, Jordan Poole, of course, made him deadly, But then when, again, I think Andrew Wiggins playing how he plays, that makes him like.
I think it was reverse.
Very good.
Because there was more expectations put on Andrew Wiggins versus Jordan Poole.
Yeah, but that's what I mean though. Jordan Poole, like how you've been saying, like he wasn't supposed to even be as good as he is.
That made them
so
unbeatable.
that put them right back where they were.
Yeah.
If they weren't already there, and then now you have Andrew Wiggins, who's underperformed a lot of his career, and him playing on the Warriors, they've never expected much out of him, and now he's playing great basketball. So
got
it's
an all-star under his belt this season.
Bro, what the fuck? Like, they're scary. It's almost like I like them, but it pisses me off because it's like, why are you guys good again already?
Yeah.
Like,
So I mean,
good.
we gave the Celtics their roses, but let's address the elephant in the room. The Warriors are unbeatable.
I wouldn't say they're unbeatable.
They're unbeatable.
In a 7-game series,
They are unbeatable.
Yeah, man.
If you got a lineup of, you mentioned it before, Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Poole, and Draymond, they're just going to drive and kick and screen and fucking have Draymond running to him. 40% shooters from 3.
But if any
and
team,
then they play defense too.
if any team can defend them, is the Celtics.
But it's like,
the only other team that could defend them with that lineup would have been the Heat, because Bam is the equalizer for Draymond.
You have these guys though that they've been deep in the play, like Steph, Clay, Draymond. Like this is what they played. Almost everything prior to this was just nothing.
Like a pregame,
Like they play,
a warm-up.
they play for the finals. So it's like you got them who have so much more knowledge on everybody that's on the court.
And they're done that plenty of times.
That shows you, like that shows time and time again. That's what you need. And then it's like the Celtics are proving themselves. They're still young. They're still figuring it out. I like Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum was just as likely to give you 47 points as he is to shoot
10 for 26.
Yeah,
he'll
end
shoot
up with 11 points.
and play terrible.
With 6 turnovers.
You know what I mean? And Jason Tatum, he's more consistent, but he's still. There's
Jaylen
so
Brown.
much firepower on the Warriors. There's too much firepower on the Warriors. Like, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, they're going to have to combine for 40, 50 points, 60 points a game. Because you're going to have Steph could put up 15 and they can still win by 30 because you have too many guys on that offense that are going to.
Between Steph, Clay, and Jordan Poole, one of those guys is giving you 30, and if they don't, they all got 25.
And
That's not fair.
It's the same story as it was years ago when they were doing the same shit. If anything, they're better now. They've done nothing but upgrade those pieces.
So with all that being said, do you think this is the year that Steph Curry gets an MVP in the finals?
It's gonna be harder. They're gonna give it to him based off narrative, probably, unless he plays bad.
Well, what if Clay just shows up?
Yeah,
and it's just
what if Clay has one of those
That's what I
that
was just gonna say. It makes
letting it go and it goes in? Like
what if
that
Draymond
14
averages 12, 12, and 12 with 2 blocks
what
and a
if
steal?
Jordan Poole averages 30 and 6? You know what I'm saying?
That'd
So
be crazy.
I'm feeling like a general consensus that the Celtics are not winning this series.
I don't think so, bro. I find it hard to see.
I got the Warriors in 6.
I've been wanting to say 4. I don't think the league will let that happen. I feel like
Yeah.
that shit's gonna go to at
Man,
least
fuck that.
5.
No.
Warriors in 4. Call that shit.
Because, bro,
The
nah.
Warriors want to make a little bit more money. I've been saying this shit all postseason. Look, they were beating the brakes off the Grizzlies. Went up 3-1. We all thought it was over. They was like, "Nah, man, let's play another game in San Francisco.
finish it up at the
make
crib."
make some millions, some
Yeah.
extra revenue and shit." Their owner was probably like, "Man, just let them get another game in, man. Bring it home." They did it 2 series in a row.
Yeah.
The one against the Grizzlies in particular, they lost by 40. They're like,
By
"Man,
50.
fuck this."
It was about
Fuck it.
50.
I don't know, man.
They're gonna make some extra cash. So you saying because of that money?
I'm gonna go 5. I'll say 5. Celtics. I feel like you make it to the finals, you're gonna rattle at least a game off. Maybe though. Who fucking knows?
I think there's gonna be at least one game when Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum both put up like 35.
It's gonna happen
Get a
early in
win.
the series. It's gonna be game 1 or game 2. The
It's
Celtics
definitely
are
not gonna be
sneak
game
a
1.
win.
I think game 1.
Where's
Steph's
game 1?
dropping
Where are they
45.
playing game 1 at?
It's in Golden State.
It's
the
okay,
first
it's
2
not-
are in Golden State.
Oh, okay, it's gonna be game 3 then maybe, because I don't think they're losing it out down there in fucking San Francisco, bro. But yeah, they're gonna rattle off a game, and people are gonna think that's gonna be like the shift of the series, and then the Warriors are just gonna bust that ass, bro. It's depressing. I don't even want to say it, but it's truth, the bitter truth at that point. They're probably gonna take another one.
The scary thing is that the Warriors are going to be better next year. You know, they have James Wiseman, who hasn't played. They got Kuminga, who's just going to get better. He's a kid. He's younger than all of us.
If they get Kuminga minutes in that series, he probably could go crazy too. So.
Yeah. And then what about their other first-round pick rookie this year, Toscano? He hasn't even really played. What is he going to turn into or blossom over the years into? This team is just going to get better, man. So, yeah, man, the Warriors going to get it. I'm calling in 6. Let's get some predictions around the table, man. What you got?
I agree with you. I think
Warriors in 6.
Say 5.
Warriors in 5, man. Hey, sorry to the Celtics fans. Jake, if you listening, man, y'all had a good season, but it's just not to the caliber of the Warriors.
Too good, bro.
They're too good. This isn't LeBron James, you know what I'm saying? They already been battle-tested against one of the greatest ever, if not the greatest ever, playing immaculate basketball.
Bro.
This Celtics
There's
team
nobody
isn't.
on that Celtics team that's doing that. There's nobody that's going to come out and do that. There's nobody that can do that.
It's like,
what if Jaylen Brown has a Mamba mentality awakening in the finals?
Shit, he's going to have to fucking with these Warriors.
Yeah.
But I put it like this.
You think that push it to 7 if he's going crazy the whole series?
Bro, Bron was averaging like a 40-point triple-double with Kyrie going crazy and Kevin Love, and they only could win 1. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Jason Tatum is going to be putting up a 40-point triple-double.
Yeah, but that Cavalier team didn't play defense the way these guys do.
True. So you're saying they don't need that many points.
Yeah.
But it's like playing defense again. It's like you could play a
defense on the Warriors, bro.
If they keep it under, let's say,
it's gonna be
103.
5.
Let's say they keep it under 103. They got a chance.
Let me ask you: between Steph, Clay, and Poole, how many points is that gonna accumulate to?
That's at least 70.
I was gonna say at least 70.
That's at least 70.
So you think the rest of the team's not gonna get at least 40?
The thing is,
Draymond gonna give you 8.
Yeah, you gotta
solid 8.
Wiggins gonna give you 15 to 13. That's already 20 there.
Yeah.
That's only another 20 points from the rest of the team.
But you gotta
it's like an 8-man rotation.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like 3 more guys.
Yeah. You got to pick one of those guys. You got to pick either Steph or Clay or whoever. You got to pick somebody and try to eliminate that person. Slow him down as much as possible. Make Steph have games like he did when Iguodala won the MVP. Mm-hmm. Like he was having like 18-point games and stuff like that. If you can do that, you have a chance. But you got to pick one of them.
But the fucked up thing with Steph is you could slow him down all game, and he'll shoot bad all game, and the 4 3s he'll hit it right down the stretch.
Yeah.
That you need, boom, boom. And it's like, all right. So yeah, I feel you on that, but it's like that's the thing with their team is like no matter what gap you bring, they're gonna fucking close it. Like every time, like they go on runs so quick. They've been doing it all. Like every time I'm like, oh, or like we were saying the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies will be up 25 points at halftime. Like that doesn't matter. 10 minutes into the third, they're fucking down by 20. Because it's just, bro, it's a good basketball over there. And then they blossomed everybody from their self. Like, it's dope. Like, they built such a good team that they're going to be good for a long fucking time.
I say I think they're going to be in the championship or competing for at least another 3 or 4 years.
So they're like the new Spurs? Just
always
pushing for the championship?
I mean, how many championships did Tim Duncan go to? 7?
Yeah, set. Yeah, because they lost to the Lakers. No, they lost to the Lakers in that.
They lost to the Cavs.
They lost to the Cavs and they lost.
But I mean, my bad. They lost to the Heat, and they lost to.
No. San Antonio didn't lose. Well, they lost to the Heat and with LeBron, yeah. But they lost one earlier, but I can't remember.
Yeah, so it was 7. He went to 7.
Yeah.
So that means. What, this the Warriors' 8th time going to the championship already?
Is it that many?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 6.
Because I believe...
It the 6th time in 8 seasons?
My bad, yeah, 6th time. All right, so they got to get at least... One more championship to tie the Spurs. You guys think they're gonna exceed
You have to
that?
win one or go to one more. Go to one more.
They
That's
gotta
what
win
you're saying.
5. Duncan got 5 of them things.
How much do they have? How
They
much
have
does Steph
3.
have?
They got 3.
3.
Yeah.
Give them 4 already. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, bro. Like, where is?
That's a good.
I don't know, bro. I don't see Steph slowing down really at all. All he does is run around and shoot the ball. I feel like you could do that your entire career. He doesn't take big shots. He's not in the paint getting blasted. Like,
I heard somebody else say that it's basically like his game has more longevity than other players because he's not down in the paint getting banged up like LeBron or Kobe was backing down on people.
And if you look at both of them, like later on in their career, you see them develop more, bringing it out, so they're not getting banged down in the paint. And it's like Steph has been doing that shit forever now. You could say the same about Clay, of course, with those injuries. That kind of puts it. It can maybe make things different, but even with him, you know, he can play for a long time still. And you got Jordan Poole, who's young, James Wiseman, who's young. You somehow keep Wiggins. He's not old. Like, they're really good right now, and they're set up for the next however many years. You know, contingent on a lot of fucking things.
Nah, I mean, they continue to draft like that, too. It's like, I don't understand how they had so many high draft picks.
That's what I was looking for.
They had that one fucking... They had that... It was like that bad season was almost beneficial for him and shit.
That's how they got James Wiseman.
I know. And it's like everybody rested. And
Yeah, but then
came-
they had 2 first-round picks the following year, too. So,
Which is crazy.
yeah.
You know, they've been good this long, and they have
still
not mortgaged off their future whatsoever.
Yeah.
And they're still drafting good.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, Stephen Clay, y'all want to be hurt? Fuck it. We're just going to build more guys around you. Go ahead, be hurt. We're still selling tickets, still selling jerseys.
And it's like they didn't have to fucking, like you said, mortgage a bunch of shit and bet it all on one superstar or somebody like that. They just fucking stuck with it. That's why every time I seen the Warriors in big trade talks, I was like, bro, they're not going to do that. They're going to stick with their guys. Like, why would you trade anybody when they've won this long? They've been consistent that long. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, you already got a foundation, something that you built up from the ground up.
100%.
And, like, the coach is not going anywhere. Like,
Why would you want to get rid of him?
Even though Mark Jackson built that team originally.
But everybody loves Kurt, and I feel like that's who built he built the foundation, maybe, but I feel like Kurt built the fucking walls. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he brought it up.
Yeah.
I don't know what
he
it
took,
was.
He took it to the next level.
He did. He was that secret ingredient that they were
Because I would talk shit too, like, oh, Steve Kerr just came right at the right time when everybody locked in, and I was like, nah, there had to have been something else. And yeah, bro, that offense, that's like the most beautiful offense in the league. And I don't even like the whole 3-point shooting thing. Like, I like post move basketball, back to the basket, or fucking dunk. Like, that's what I want to watch. Like Jimmy Butler play, or Anthony Davis play, LeBron play, people in that sense. But watching the fucking Warriors play, you're like, I get it. Like, nobody can recreate that, even if they try. It just doesn't work. You don't have the guys.
Yeah.
And it's like Steph.
It's not fair. You have the greatest shooter of all time, and Clay is probably arguably top 5 or 7 all time.
He's probably number 2. Because if you look at the most threes in one season, it's like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry. Like,
there's some James Hardens and
But then
Damian Lillards and
you
shit.
start looking at their accomplishments too. They're going
Yeah.
to the finals. They're winning championships. It's like you do have to start looking at these guys like, man, they could be, you know,
the 1 and 2
the all
greatest.
times.
Yeah.
Because and you can't get too caught up in certain stats too, because you know you got Wilt Chamberlain's bullshit ass stats that nobody's ever gonna break. So it's like you got to start, you know, breaking away from all that. But yeah, bro, it almost frustrates me, just because obviously being a Lakers fan and you're like, fuck, I got to go up against these guys again and again and again. But
It's like
I also love the team though. It's not like
I don't hate them.
it's not like when Braun went to Miami and everybody like had this hate for him.
Yeah.
I never did, but it's like, how can you dislike them? They didn't, and maybe when
Yeah, the
KD
Warriors
went
is
there,
so dope. It's different between that Heat team and this Warriors team because of organic.
Yeah, they were
built.
Yeah, they were built. It wasn't like they came from other places. I mean, when KD came over, yes, it was kind of like.
but even then though, it's like you you can't give him shit because the biggest free agent signed on your team that was already good. Yeah, it was kind of fucked up, but it's like, damn, thinking about that in a vacuum is fucked up. They won the finals that year, right?
No, they lost.
They lost the finals that year?
They were the best team
That was
in
a 3-1
history.
loss.
Okay, that was that year. That was that year.
Yeah.
Okay, and then but they had just won 2 prior. No, one prior.
No,
2?
one. Yeah, one.
One.
Oh, one. Yeah, because
And then they went on to win 2 more
with KD.
after when they got
Yeah.
KD. Okay, so think about that. They went to the finals back to fucking back. They won one.
They won back.
And then KD
4 years.
Fucking
was
like
like,
KD's
I
like
want
I'm gonna
that.
go there. Like I obviously we were all there, but that's fucking crazy, dog. Thinking about that again, like that's so. He literally broke the league.
Yeah, that shit wasn't fun watching the Warriors and the Cavs every year for what, like 4 years in a row.
It was like
Five
Five
years
or
in a
six.
row.
All
I
we
was
did
like,
was show
man.
that
Yeah.
man Braun is Braun.
yeah, because it was like the Warriors beat the Cavs the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Cavs won because they suspended Draymond. We're not gonna forget about that.
And then it was Warriors.
Warriors.
And then they lost to the Raptors, I think.
Oh yeah, you're right. I thought the Cavs went back.
Hey,
again.
the second Braun left the East, all those teams was like.
Let's make these trades and compete,
but
baby.
it was crazy. It was like even the Celtics. Braun was babying that same Celtics team like it was nothing, bro. Like,
But I think Braun saw that coming because he saw all the young talent developing. He saw Giannis starting to turn into something. He saw Jason Tatum. He started seeing the writing on the wall. He's like, if I got to battle this young boys like every year, like this is gonna get tough. So let me go to the West because the West was starting to be like aging superstars. But then
bit.
all those
Now
superstars now freaking went to the East anyway. So
now it's like shit. The West is. I don't know, man. I go in and out because I'm really thinking like, all right, if the Lakers are healthy, put them in there. The West wasn't that crazy fucking strong this year. The Grizzlies were young. They were gonna get their ass beat by somebody regardless. I don't think they should have made it as far as they did.
A lot of
The
teams were
Mavs-
injured this year, though.
yeah, that's
The Mavs were. I love Luka, but past Luka, the Mavs aren't shit. Like I feel bad for
they
Luka.
need another piece.
The fact that he did what he did to the Suns was fucking awesome.
Nah, they need another piece because if you add too much to that team, then he can't do what he needs to do. I feel like they need like a solid big man. So when he's shooting threes and going crazy and missing shots or whatnot, somebody's at least getting the offensive rebound.
And he could
and
definitely
giving him
feed a
second
big man
shot.
too.
Yeah.
Like he could hit him with that.
I mean, I tell people Luka is a less athletic LeBron. He can do everything LeBron can do, but he just doesn't have that.
I think
athleticism.
Luka is a very good comparison to James Harden. They play a very similar game, could do a lot of the same shit.
Except Luka is like 7 feet tall.
James Harden's pretty tall, ain't he? 6'7" or some shit.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe he's just extra chunky, makes him look
Yeah.
bigger.
I don't know, man. That West though really is.
And then next year you're gonna have the Clippers. They're gonna have a solid team. If the Lakers are healthy, they're gonna have a solid team. So you add them to the mix. Then you have the emerging teams. Like, what are the Thunder gonna do with their 27 draft picks?
Yeah, bro.
You know the.
Timberwolves actually.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the
played good.
Timberwolves were solid, man. They ended the season great. What about the Pelicans?
Zion actually plays, bro. They're a scary team.
That seeing Ingram play the way that he did made me so happy because
Hey.
I watched that kid play in high school
Yeah.
because I was stationed in North Carolina, right down the street from where he's from, Kinston, North Carolina,
Nice.
literally 10 minutes away. So like his high school games were packed like if it was like an NBA game, college game,
Mhm.
whatever, like just to watch him.
That's
That's
dope.
dope as fuck.
And it's pretty dope like to see him blossom like that.
We seen it coming, man.
So-
As Laker fans, we
Yeah,
seen it
nah,
coming.
Yeah, but like
Super
you see
good.
all the talent that y'all drafted but gave up on too early.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Well,
think
they
they
had
were-
to make that swing for the fences. If you can get a guy like Anthony Davis, a generational talent,
And you
gonna
get
be
a
top
title out of it.
75 if he's not already, you swing and you go and get that championship.
But now
'Cause
you look at it now, you're like,
It's like, fuck, yeah, that sucks. Because we could have a Lonzo, Kuzma, Brandon
Yeah.
Ingram, you know what I'm saying? Those young guys, Josh Hart, Larry Nance.
that's not the Lakers culture, man.
Yeah, that's
They
what
play
sucks.
big.
That's
They
what
play
kind of.
big, and it doesn't always work. It worked with Shaq, worked with what Pau Gasol was obviously way lesser since, but It worked. You know, they
Shit,
swing for the
Pau Gasol
fences.
was up there too. That
But
got
I'm
us
saying-
2 rings.
You know, fuck our draft. Like, you know, draft good, and then bring back.
Mm-hmm.
They draft great. They always
Yeah.
have. Because what, didn't we give up Marc Gasol in the Pau Gasol trade?
Mm-hmm.
So Marc Gasol went on to be a fucking just as talented as his brother. He just never won.
Or so. Pau was better than his brother. They played a little bit
Wasn't
different
Marc
games.
Gasol on that Toronto team?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that
he did win
So
one.
he
I'm
did
tripping.
win.
I'm tripping, huh?
Yeah.
So it's like they've always drafted good, but you know, it is what it is. It works for him in
It's
some
hard to
senses.
rally behind them now because you know we don't have that homegrown talent to give us hope. Oh, THT fucking fell flat on his face this year, so
Yeah, fuck
we're not like, yeah, this motherfucker's gonna be the next, maybe not the next great thing, but he's gonna be solid.
I wish
you
we
know.
would have kept Kuzma and Alex Caruso. I feel like that kept them.
Nah, Kuzma, he was okay to let go. Ingram is the one that you shouldn't.
Well,
have.
we
So-
had to let him go for 80.
So Kuzma
He had to go.
was okay to let go, not in the way we let him go. Not
Yeah.
for fucking Russell Westbrook. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of Russell Westbrook, where do you think he plays next year?
The Lakers,
Lakers.
sadly.
I don't think so.
I do. They said they're not giving up any assets to trade him away, and I don't think there's a single team that wants him that bad to where they'll. You know
So
what
what
I mean?
if somebody is crazy enough to do a 1-for-1 for Russell Westbrook?
1-for-1 for who?
It
You
depends
talking
on
like
who.
Zach LaVine or you talking like Damian Lillard?
I'm talking Kyrie Irving.
See, that you can only pray to the
Yeah, bro.
gods
If that
for
happens,
that.
it's like fuck yeah, I'm cool with
Yeah.
that,
Like,
and it
You
might
pray to the
actually work.
basketball gods.
You know,
Because think about it, they're putting Kyrie Irving back with LeBron and Russell Westbrook back with KD.
Yeah, but Westbrook and Ben Simmons tandem would be horrific.
that shit wouldn't work.
You talking about no spacing? Shit, them motherfuckers gonna be struggling.
I think Ben Simmons ends up playing like a different position.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what
think
I'm
he's
thinking.
gonna stay as a point guard.
Yeah.
I think if it's either, I think it's teams are gonna start telling him you're either gonna fucking shoot or you're gonna play the 4. Pick it. Pick what you want to fucking
Shit,
do.
Forrest shooting in the league today.
Everybody's shooting in the league today. That's
That's a
why
big-
he has such a glaring fucking. It's like, come on,
That's
bro.
a big hole on
You
on
don't
your
have to
game.
be like dead eye, but you need to be able. Like, if you pull it, people need to at least
So
put their hand
the
up.
difference between Ben Simmons and Draymond Green is that Draymond will pull that shit.
And he'll pull that
He'll
shit,
hit
and
it.
he'll hit it, and he'll hit him when he needs to.
Because Ben Simmons will pull it too. But
Hey,
he's not gonna hit
Draymond
that
is
shit.
good for 1 3 per game, and it will be in the most
The most
critical
crucial
time
three of the game.
Yes.
What more can you want?
Hey, give me Draymond 10 out of 10, and he's making 25 mils. Come on, sign me up.
Yeah, no, hey, if the Lakers find, I would be cool with giving up some assets to get rid of Russ, but we don't have any assets other than Bron and AD, and we're not going to get rid of them. We have like what? Kendrick Nunn, but he was injured all last season.
We don't have shit.
Nobody wants
Lakers
THT.
don't have shit. Yeah.
You know, so it's like if somebody wants to trade for Russ, I'd almost take anybody. Whether we're taking on a lesser contract of a lesser player for some random ass, no, you can't do that. I'm tripping. Yeah, bro, I don't fucking.
It would have to be multiple years on the contract, multiple guys.
No, so that's why like. the
Most
Zach-
likely. It
I
doesn't
guess
have
the
to.
Zach LaVine, if that for some reason happened, I wouldn't be mad with that.
That's never gonna go platinum. That's not gonna happen.
We're going to find out, man. I know we're short on time. You know, Willie, we got to get you back on the pod, bro. It was good talking some good basketball shit. I'm going to talk NBA Finals like 2 or 3 times. So next time, man, I'm going to invite you over. We can sit down. We don't have to rush it. I was having fucking issues with equipment, and Travis
So
got to go to
all
work,
good,
bro.
all
So
good.
it's a motherfucker. But yes, NBA Finals starts, Thursday night. It's going to be fucking exciting. Celtics have, in my opinion, overachieved, but I think they may have believed it. You know, Celtics fans and Celtics core, they got a solid fucking team. But at the end of the day, come on, man, this is the Warriors that we're talking about.
You got a score prediction for game 1?
Score prediction for game 1, I think it's going to be 111-98.
Damn, that's close to mine.
Warriors.
Bro. What you
He said
got?
111 to 98. I'm gonna say 115 to 103 Warriors.
So I was thinking 122-98
Ooh.
Warriors.
Blow them out the fucking
Yeah.
water game one. I
Yeah.
can see
What'd you say,
that.
Trav?
115 to 107.
Oh, 103.
103, yeah.
All right, man, we're going to revisit these motherfucking scores after game one. But that sums it up for this episode of Talk Smack with Mac. We talked some NBA Finals on this shit. We got the homies on the pod. And, yeah, man, we're going to run it back probably, thinking like Thursday night or Friday. We'll run another one, talk some game one action, revisit the game, revisit the scores, and then talk like game two and what we think for that one, too. But, yeah, man. Yep.
Let's talk smack.